what's up, you guys? It's your girl Swalanda here. Welcome back to Just That Music and Life. And as you can see, I am in the studio, but I am not going to be talking about music today because I am going to be giving you 4 steps to becoming an entrepreneur. So with that being said, if you're interested, keep watching. So as you see in the title, I wanted to do an entrepreneurship type of a thing with you because I am currently launching a product. So my product is almost ready to launch, and as soon as it's ready to launch, of course, you guys know I'm going to be putting it up here and would love for you guys to go and buy something and support. But in the process of doing that, there's a lot of steps that came to it, and there's a lot of things that I did along the way, and I'm still learning and things like that. So I'm just like, in the pandemic, which is COVID, we have lost our jobs, we have lost income, we have, just been kind of catapulted into this fend for yourself type of society. It even encouraged me to start diving into my entrepreneur side. Now, doing music and performing, singing, touring, it is a form of entrepreneur because you technically do work for yourself, but at the same time you kind of rely on someone else to hire you. You're signed up with an agent and they kind of send you out, and that's how you kind of get your work. But in the age of COVID, there is no live shows and things like that because we're trying to keep our numbers down, which we completely understand. But at the same time, we need to make money, and I also think this is going to be like the new thing of the future. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so I have 4 steps here that I would love to share with you, and let's get started. So with being an entrepreneur, first things first, you don't make money right away. It's hard. It takes a lot of resilience. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of long nights and sometimes burnout. But in the end result, I think is worth it. So the thing that we see a lot of the times are people that are like, oh my God, their business is thriving, this is great. You walk in, or you see like the brick and mortar, or you look online and their website is dope and everything is like all laid out and into place, but you don't really know what it took to get there. You don't know how they actually got where they are. So that's the first thing I want to say. Like, don't measure your beginning to someone's middle or end, because everyone has to walk a road of something. I mean, unless you just have millions of dollars and bam, drop a brick and mortar, bam, website done, money to do this, products, warehouse. If you got that, then this isn't for you. But if you're a person like me that's actually starting from the bottom, then this is what I'm here for. So the first thing I want to do is I want to say, first step 1 is surround yourself with a community. Okay, what do I mean by that? Basically, it's join forums, join groups that are maybe entrepreneur groups. I'm actually looking to start one myself, and I will definitely upload my podcast. If you guys saw my mood board video, that's one of my bucket list boxes. So but I do want to start a podcast for entrepreneurs and people just getting into business, or just trying to figure out what business is good for them, and kind of brainstorming with them and helping them get started. So surround yourself with a community, and those are the types of things that I mean by community. Step number 2 is have a whatever it takes attitude. That's the only way you're going to do this. If you're interested in being an entrepreneur, or you're interested in making any kind of money on the side, have and whatever it takes attitude. Because if you have an attitude that's like, oh well, oh, this is going to be this, or it's going to be that, or I'm not willing to do this, I'm not willing to do that, then you may not get as far as you could get, or you may not get as far as you may want to get. So with that, you have to have a whatever it takes attitude, because the determination is the only thing that's going to be the real result giver here. It's going to take you to long nights if I got to stay up, research for hours if I have to do that, like I said, surrounding myself with the community, networking if I have to do that, whatever it takes. That's a whatever it takes attitude, because I need to do whatever it takes to get where I need to be. Step number 3, start with a small idea. Okay, so some people look at ideas and go, oh, well, this is just whatever, or this is just whatever, and I don't really know. Start with a small idea. Look and do your research. Is this already out there? If it is, how can I improve it? Or if it is, maybe mine will be a better quality or something different, or I can offer something different. Because, I mean, it is 2020, so it's not like there's a bunch of new things under the sun. But there may be something that you can contribute to that you haven't thought of, or somebody else haven't thought of, and where it may start off as a small idea becomes a very big idea. You're in charge of your thought process every minute of every day. So as you're thinking of these things, make sure that maybe you just jot it down. You know what I mean? So you can clearly identify your target market, clearly identify where there's a need for this, where there's a need for that. While you're identifying your target market, look for what's going on. Where are their pains? Where are their needs? Where are their wants? What are the challenges? And target that. Maybe I have something that I can sell over here. Maybe I have something that I can sell over there. Or maybe I have something that I can do, I can give. You know what I mean? Like I can design websites. I can, help with YouTube channels. Whatever it is that you're good at, you can help, you can contribute, you can make, you can design, whatever it is, target that and see what's the need. And the strategy for getting your product out there and getting your product seen is basically, you don't want to think of it as I'm selling a product. You want to think of it as I'm solving a problem. So you solve a problem. Hey, I have this company and I need a website and I don't know how to do that or what to do it. So there's the problem. You chime in with, hey, I design websites. I can give you this, I can give you that. These photos can look like that. The font is this and that. And then you lay out this whole plan for someone and they are more than willing to pay you for your service. So you're selling the problem that you're going to solve. You're not selling the product, you're selling the problem. You know how that old saying goes, nobody needs a drill, but they need a hole in a wall, so they buy the drill? That's the same meaning, okay? So you want to stick to that within your small ideas. These are all things that are going to catapult you into becoming an entrepreneur and a successful entrepreneur. I also want to mention solopreneurs. You know what that means? That's like an introvert or a person that may be people friendly and outgoing with other things, but they may not necessarily ask for help or any type of guidance or any type of issues that arise. Tap into your resources. I have had that preached to me for so long. I'm not an introvert, but I'm definitely a get it done myself type of person. I'll just do this. I'm gonna get it done because I don't like to depend on people. I don't want to depend on somebody else. So I'm depending on myself. And I'm just I'm going to get this done. No worries. With that being said, a lot of the time you cut off your nose to spite your face. You never know what somebody else may know. You got to learn to use other people in a good way. Not use them and just use them up and use them, suck them dry, but use them in a good way. You understand? So if I'm doing something with my business and I'm starting it and I have my idea and I'm getting things off the ground, and little by little I'm just do you know how to do websites? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to do this? Because you're surrounded by these people every day, talking with them, chilling with them, hanging out with them, and you never really know what their talents are. So by you doing that, now you're employing someone else as an entrepreneur. In the tiniest way, in the very beginning, you're giving someone else the opportunity to share their entrepreneurial gifts. That gives you the opportunity to run your ideas by people. You know what I mean? Explain to them what you're doing, people that you trust. Explain to them what you're trying to do, and then ask them, get some ideas, get some feedback. Even if it's negative feedback, a lot of the times we don't want to hear negative feedback, but negative feedback a lot of times can be really good. Why? Because if someone says, oh, well, that doesn't do this and that doesn't do that and this doesn't have that and this doesn't have that, That's perfect. That's exactly what you need to enhance your thought process. So all they're doing, even though it may seem negative, they're actually helping you find the dips and the holes and the voids and what you're trying to put together. Things you haven't thought of, maybe things that you didn't even, consider. Now you have this information. Now you can consider it. Now you can move on. Now you're fixing all the problems along the way. Successful entrepreneur. Step number 3, change. Change is the scariest thing I think that we as a people are still trying to get used to. Nobody likes it, but it's bound to happen. The only consistent thing that's going to happen, one of them, are change. Everything revolves around a change. And change can be good. So embrace it and make it part of your everyday practice. Develop forward thinking, what this could and will be. That's forward thinking. These are things you want to incorporate into trying to become an entrepreneur. Step number 4, be okay with not knowing it all. Don't be a person that feels like you need to know everything about the business, everything about the steps you're doing, everything about everything before you even get started. Don't be that person, because all you're doing is beating yourself up for no reason, and there's no way you're going to know it all. So surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because smarter doesn't necessarily mean you're dumb. It just means smarter in the aspect of this business and business-minded, business-like things. You understand? Surround yourself with people that know more about certain things that you want to know about than you, if that makes sense. And it does. So that's where you want to build your community. That's where you want to build your circle. That's where you want to get your information from, because these people are going to be able to help you and give you all of the information and maybe even the encouragement that you need. Don't get discouraged. Don't stop if the numbers do not equal your hypothesis. Meaning, if you said, well, I should be here in this amount of time and this should equal this, which will equal that, if that does not happen in the time frame that you expected it to, do not stop. Do not give up. Do not get disappointed. Do not throw in the towel. Just be like, you know what? Okay, so what? Those numbers didn't equal my hypothesis, so you start again. You create a new path. You start something else. You come up with another way, but you don't stop and you don't give up. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys today. I know there are people out there that are becoming entrepreneurs more now than ever before, because COVID has catapulted us into doing that, me included. I'm still doing my music because you still see me in the studio. I'm still doing, the things that I normally would have done, except I'm grinding harder and I'm looking into myself more, and I'm looking at my other talents besides just singing and producing and writing and performing. I'm looking at my other talents. So I want to encourage you guys. I hope this video was helpful. Don't wait for the next new thing or new class to come out and to sit in and be a part of. Be that person to create it. Go out there and invent it. Go out there and create it. Go out there and add to it, make it better. Be that person. Sit down, create a plan. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, however many steps it may take. Invest in relationships. Time and energy, guys. Just time and energy. Doesn't cost you anything but time and energy. Invest in relationships. Embrace change. Don't be afraid of it. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Make it part of your daily practice. And last but not least, don't ignore the small ideas. Those things are the things that you'll be surprised at. This little small idea becomes this enterprise. Do not ignore the small ideas. So that's my advice for you today. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Like I said, I'm currently almost finished working on a product and it will be launching soon, and not that I never saw myself doing it, but I never ventured out to do it. So with that being said, I hope that I've encouraged you to do it and you to look inside yourself and find the missing links. All right, guys, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, become part of my community. Thank you to all my subscribers. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.